computer. So thank you so much, Kelsey, for doing this for the team. I like, for some reason, when it comes to writing down goals, I like freeze up and I like don't know where to start. And I really need to work on like reverse engineering. I just like, the only thing I was thinking of is like, how is this going to be helpful? I'm like, I know how to set like weekly goals and maybe like a month. And then like 6 months is kind of scary, and then like the whole year is like, well, goddamn, where do I start? So I just feel like your help, like I'm really appreciate you helping us with this. So thank you. Let me try to make you a host. Make host. So just, you know how to mute people, obviously, if they're coming in hot. Change. Cool. Go ahead, girl. Thank you so much.
Okie dokie. Well, for one, let's just start off with the fact that, like, I'm gonna try not to vomit. Pregnancy's not helping that, but we're gonna do our best. Because goddamn. Let me see if I can share. Ha. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, let's see here. It's all big and pretty. We're gonna like smush that down. Okay, here we go. So first and foremost, guys, like it's been quite a 2020. And I feel like basically all of us can say that. I feel like a lot of us started off 2020 like setting all these really, really big goals, and like, we were like, we're gonna fucking crush this year, it's gonna be our year. And then like, the whole fucking world ended, and like add that into like whatever other problems you may have had. For me, it was getting very unexpectedly pregnant. That kind of like reversed and changed up all the goals. So I kind of had to like take a step back and really like figure out a different way to set better, more achievable goals, and find a way to not only work this business, but a way to like do life that was fun again, because I was an anxious hot mess. So that's what I'm gonna share with you guys. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I can't remember all my stuff set up, so I want to make sure everybody can see the whole thing. So, setting achievable and fun goals. See if we can. Okay, here we go. So first and foremost, guys, these are just like a couple like tips and tricks I want you guys to keep in mind while we do this. And I do want to add, if you have a way that like setting goals that you like and it works for you, by all means, like you don't have to do things the way I do, obviously, but this is how I do them and it seems to be working pretty well. So first and foremost, setting goals that motivate you and are actually fucking fun. Oh my God. I feel like a lot of us set these goals, right? And they're like these really huge, really awesome, big goals, but at the end of the day, they're not fun to us. And if a goal isn't fun to you, and if you don't enjoy the process of getting to whatever like the end result that you want is, you're literally going to quit by like January 15th, February 1st. Like you're going to be like, well, this was cool. This was awesome. Peace out. I'm over it. No thanks. So making goals that are like to like whatever your long-term vision is, I think it's really, really, really important. And I actually mentioned this earlier to Haley. I think, writing down whatever these goals may be by the time you're done doing this, and putting them wherever your vision board is, so you can kind of like remember what you're working towards and like why, like what your end result is. Because obviously I feel like a lot of us, we have like, these giant ass like vision boards and like all these crazy things we want to accomplish. And obviously some of that stuff is not going to happen in 2021. It may not even happen by like 2025. Like some of these goals may take like years and years to work towards and actually achieve. So realizing like what that end result is and like keeping that in the back of your mind, I think is really, really important to keep yourself motivated on these smaller goals. Another really big thing, guys, is thinking about like why the goal matters to you, right? Like, how is this going to improve your life? How is it going to make your life better? Is achieving this actually going to make you happy and like proud? And if the answer is like really, really shitty, this is going to sound bad, but if whatever achieving this goal is not going to make you happy, then like, why is it even on there? You know what I mean? Like, why even have that goal as part of your list? right? I feel like a lot of us, like, we set these goals because we think we know other people want us to achieve those goals. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to achieve that goal and it's not going to make you happy and it's not going to make you proud, then it shouldn't be on your list. Like, that's stupid. Also, making sure that those goals are measurable and trackable. If you can't actively track your progress with a goal, you're going to get either A, you're going to get really burnt out and you're not going to want to do it anymore, or B, you're going to quit. Simply because, like, I feel like a lot of times, like, we set these goals, and if we can't track the progress, we think we're like failing, we're not hitting that goal, right? Or you hit like whatever that end date is that you wanted to achieve the goal by. So, like, let's say the end of 2021, and you think, like, you feel like you're like closer, and by the time like the end of the year rolls around, you're not even close, and then you're just sitting there like, what the hell have I been doing all year long? So make sure that you can actually measure and track the progress as you're going. And I'm gonna kind of like help you guys break down some of these goals to figure out like where you should be throughout the year.
Yeah, because for me, Kelsey, sorry, when you say measure and track, like, to me, I'm like, how? What does that mean? How?
We're gonna talk about it. Because that was literally me. Guys, I would literally set goals at the beginning of the year, and then like the end of the year would roll around, and I'd like go back to review those goals. Literally haven't looked at these goals in 12 months, right? And then I'm like,
speaking of, we all should get and use. No, don't waste your money on a good planner for this
oh
year.
my God,
Let's use it.
please, 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 please.
I did not use my planner in 2020. I am like so ready to actually use this. And actually, Kelsey, I think Kelsey Crossan too also has the Moira. I can't say her last name.
Moira.
I always call her last name Kombucha. So that's that.
I think it's like Kusaba. Is that what it is?
Yes, yeah, that Rise Up planner.
Yes.
I ordered it and I cannot wait. Actually,
Yeah, it's Kusaba. Kusaba.
Winning.
Love it, and I just ordered it, and I definitely want to do like another follow-up call next week with like her action steps, because it's a great planner and has a lot of action steps in there. So anyway,
it is an amazing planner, and guys, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it is, I mean, to me at least, like when I got it a couple months ago, it's a $60 planner, and like to me that was kind of like a big investment for a planner in my brain, because I am the queen of like buying planners and then not using them. Like, my boyfriend literally makes fun of me for it. Like, I have a problem. I have an office supply problem. But for one, I love this planner. It has everything you're going to need. And then two, if you don't want to spend that much, a passion planner is a lot cheaper. And they also have an amazing section in there for goal setting. That's actually what I used for most of 2020. So passion planner or the Rise Up planner. And I can post the links if you need them. But another big thing to keep in mind, guys, is writing down your goals with a piece of paper and a pen. Please, for the love of God. It is literally scientifically proven, when you take a literal piece, like a piece of paper and a pencil, and write them down, you're a lot more, what is the word? Pregnancy brain is getting, guys. It's just a lot more likely to basically happen. You're a lot more likely to actually achieve those goals when you take a piece of like a pen to paper. Okay. So if you want to like later on, like type them out and make them all pretty to put by your vision board, by all means. But when you're starting out and you're making these goals, please, 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 pen to paper. Okay. And then last thing is making an action plan to actually get there. Okay. I feel like this is one of the big ones that people like totally skip over, and they're like, I'm just gonna write down the goal and it's gonna happen. No. How are you going to get there? Okay. And we're also gonna talk about that. So I need to remember to like actually click this thing. Okay. So first and foremost, guys, this is the first step. I want you to literally, and if you already have a life vision written out, you obviously don't have to do this right now, but brain dump all of the insane, crazy, big life goals you have, okay? Otherwise known as your life vision. These are the huge goals that like you say them out loud and like people look at you like you have 6 heads, okay? These are the crazy goals, okay? Like, you know, being a millionaire, owning multiple 6-figure successful businesses, buying an island, owning a jet, rescuing 20 dogs, buying your parents a new home, retiring your husband, traveling the world. Like, you know, for a damn fact, when Haley started this business and straight up said, I want to quit both my full-time jobs and do this full-time and then like retire Patrick, people were like, you want to what? No, no way in hell you're going to do that. And look at her now. Are you kidding me? So I want you to literally think of like the crazy, crazy, crazy things you want to do. I don't know if you guys follow Gary Vaynerchuk, but he's like a huge entrepreneur. The man is a badass. His end all be all major goal is he wants to own the jets. I'm not saying a jet. I'm saying the jets, like the team. So like that's his big, crazy life vision, right? Personally, guys, I want to retire my boyfriend. I want to be able to travel freaking anywhere and everywhere. And I really, 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 none of my parents or Cody's parents would ever let us buy them a house, but I want to be able to afford to literally pay like construction crews to go into my mom's house and Cody's mom's house and just like completely redo their houses and like make it their dream home. Like that is my goal. Like that is the huge, huge goal I have. And like I told my mom that, she thought I was crazy, but it's a goal. It's going to happen. I don't know when. I don't even really know how, but I know it's going to happen. Okay. So that's what this is. Okay. So that's your first step, is just getting out of those crazy, insane life vision goals. Okay. Then after you do all that, hopefully a lot of you guys already have like a life vision written out. I literally read mine every single morning. It's part of my morning routine. It just kind of like gets you in that mindset of just like, you know, I can fucking do anything and I'm going to. But as far as 2021 goals, you need to ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish this year to get you closer to that life vision? Okay. Obviously this year, guys, I'm probably not going to have the money to like pay a construction crew to go completely redo my mom's house. It's a little out of budget this year, but I know that I can make goals to get myself closer to being able to do that, you know? So with that being said, we're gonna narrow this down by category. I think it was Kyla who posted today. She had like a huge like wheel with like all different kinds of categories, and you can absolutely do that many categories. I'm, for lack of a better term, I'm a basic bitch. I have 4 categories. So the first one, guys, and I'm going to give you guys a few minutes after each of these to kind of like write them down, and I'll tell you a couple of my big ones as examples. But the first one is personal and family. These are literally goals about you, about your personal life, about your family. They can be anything from, you know, being a better mom to spending more time with your kids to getting pregnant to getting married to like whatever. So personally for me, guys, like these are a couple of my really big ones for the next year. The first one is buying a house. Your girl wants to buy a house like pronto. Another really big one for me is helping my daughter be able to read and write like perfectly. She's getting great on the reading, the writing. We're struggling. So that's one of my really big goals. Another one is to continue to strengthen my relationship with my other half. And then the other one is being a more present mom. So those are a couple of just like my really big ones. So I will go ahead and give you guys like a minute to write down any really big goals you guys have, personal and family wise. And take a drink because your girl is thirsty.
And like, don't forget about the why behind it, you know?
Yes, seriously, please, guys. Do not forget like why in the hell you like, why do you even want to do that? Like, why does it matter? Why is it motivating?
Exactly. Otherwise, like, it's not going to get you up in the morning if it's just a goal, you know?
No.
Cool. This is awesome. Personal and family goals. Cool. Can we at the end, or if you guys want, like take pictures of these what are they called? Things?
Goals?
Slides?
The slides.
Yeah, because I've been taking pictures of them, but like obviously it's gonna take more than a couple minutes for you to write down your personal and work and health and spiritual goals. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I can upload like the PDF too if you want, Haley.
Yeah, because this is gorgeous and so helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, obviously guys, like, okay, I'm just reading off a couple, but like this is like my whole list and I'm not even close to done. Like these are like all my 2021 goals and I'm like, I still have some I need to like kind of like reverse engineer and like make smaller goals and like do all the things. But this like these couple minutes are literally just for you to sit down and be like off the top of your head, like, because in reality, like the big ones you want to achieve already. You've probably already been thinking about it. So the other smaller goals that you may write down later are probably just like smaller goals that you want to work on and add in to get you to these bigger goals. But next one, work and business. Goals you have for your work life or business. I'm hoping to God, if you are on this call, you have coaching goals. If you don't have coaching goals, I'm not even trying to be mean, but like, I don't really know why you're hanging out with us right now. I mean, I know we're all pretty cool, but I don't know why you're spending your Tuesday night chilling here if you don't have coaching goals. So obviously like this can be your coaching goals. This can be like, you know, if you're one of those people who love your job, can't relate, but if you are one of those people, you can add in like your goals. Like maybe you have a goal to start a new business, whatever the case may be. Personally, guys, mine are I want to end the year a 5-star diamond. I want to be consistently making at least $1,000 plus a week. Like I'm talking the low weeks are going to be $1,000. I want to have at least 250 members in my wellness community. And yeah, that's all I had. Those are my main ones. So we'll take another minute really quick and make some freaking business goals. And again, these should be goals that make you happy, that make you excited, that are going to get you closer to that life vision. That'll make you happily be getting up early in the morning to crush.
I secretly want to play like the Jeopardy music right now.
I just feel like a lot of people forget to make their goals fun, and that's why they're really hard to stick to. Because they're not fun. They're just, you're making goals because you're like, oh, like for lack of a better term, like for lack of a better scenario, like you're like, oh, well, I'm sure Haley wants me to hit this goal in my coaching business, so I'm going to put it on my thing.
Right.
No one cares what Haley wants, guys. Nobody cares what your upline wants. We care what you want. These are your goals for a reason. Okay.
Like, that's not going to get you up in the morning being like, well,
no,
you know, like, oh, what about you and your family and your life? You know, it's like, I just want what's best for you, and what's best for you, only you know that. You know?
Exactly. Like, guys, I love Haley to death, but like me sending the invites it's going to take to get my wellness community to 250 people. If I was doing that for Haley, like my ass would not be getting up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's for Haley, I'd be like, that snooze button though.
Hey, there's so much, but snooze.
All the snoozes. Okay, guys, next, health and wellness. I understand that we are in a health and wellness business, but I really, really think everyone needs to separate their health and wellness goals from their business goals. Whatever you're doing for your mind and your body has nothing to do with your business. Like it may help your business. It may be like a side effect, but that shit's for you. Okay. Like this is your health. End of story. So personally, guys, I have two. In reality, they're kind of rolled into one. The first one is to have a healthy pregnancy. Obviously, we have like 4 months left to go. And then after that, I'd love to lose 50 pounds postpartum. We got big goals over here. But those are my two main ones, guys, for my health and wellness. So give you guys another like 30, 45 seconds. Because I feel like that one should be easy. You should have those goals on your brain at all times.
Right.
Health and wellness.
Amazing. I love how you have the spiritual and soul up in there. I know it's next, but I'll relax.
Those are like mainly a lot of the goals I was missing for a long time.
I feel like that's what everybody's missing. You know?
Big facts. Okay, guys, and then spiritual and soul goals. These are literally like I was just telling Haley, like I feel like these are the ones everyone misses and nobody thinks about. But these are like little silly goals that don't really fit in anywhere else, and they're just goals that make you happy and that matter to you. Personally, mine are to be more organized. I'm sure this makes it look like I'm organized. I'm not. Not even close. So I want to be more organized, and I want to spend more time taking pictures. I used to take pictures like photography wise forever and ever and ever, and then I just stopped. And I don't know why, but I hate it. So like one of the huge goals, those are one of my huge goals, guys. Like those are one of like my soul goals, the ones that make me happy, the ones that motivate me, and they're just kind of like a little goal to keep shit fun, right?
Yeah, and it fills your cup. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like this could be, I don't know, like go on more hikes, or one of mine is for sure, like I want to go on multiple spiritual retreats a year. Like that's a huge goal for me. But like even if like you can't do that right now, you could have a goal to be able to pay for like a spiritual course, or like a breathwork course or something like that, something that whatever you've always wanted to do, that makes you happy. It's gotta make you.
Yeah, just for whatever reason, like you just haven't done it, or it's always like maybe you like want to learn to play the piano, like maybe you.
That's another goal of mine, by the way. Thank
That's
you.
literally why I was thinking it. Like I don't know, maybe you want to like go to more concerts if the freaking world ever opens back up again. Maybe you want to like, I don't know, make your own meditation space. Maybe you want to buy more plants.
I want to make cool candles. But like this kind of stuff is going to when you do this kind of stuff, I swear to you, first of all, you're going to attract the same people that do the same thing. And also because you're not putting so much pressure on the business, like you're filling up your cup. People notice that and they feel that and they want to be around people like that. So I feel like when you're doing stuff for yourself, they're like, it just like breaks the barrier of like, oh, she's not just a coach. She does things, she's a normal person.
Literally. Like guys, most of the people that join me, like most of them don't join because of like my transformation or because of like anything like that. They literally join because they're like, you're just a really cool human and I wanted to be your friend.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, okay. Let's be friends. But with that being said, guys, once you get all that done, and I do want to just add, I know a lot of people want to just like brain dump all these like goals that they have for the year, and that's great and grand. Don't get me wrong. But most of the time when you do that, and if you go out later to like look at them, you're gonna realize your life is kind of like really fucking imbalanced. And you're gonna have like either a crap ton of personal goals or like a crap ton of business goals or like whatever. So really breaking them down category by category and separating them is going to make you have like a more conscious effort to basically balance your life. And I feel like a lot of us, like especially as coaches, we have a really hard time like really balancing everything. You know what I mean? Like you may be able to balance like your business and your health goals, but then like what about your family? Like what about the goals that make you happy? So I think really separating them by category is going to make it a lot easier for you to not feel overwhelmed, and to kind of like keep on the steady train of like knocking this shit out. So the foot's falling asleep. There we go. But with that being said, after you get done doing at least the vast majority of them, obviously, again, you can go back later and you can add more goals, no problem. But as for right now, I want you to decide what goals matter most. Like this can be as many as you want, but these are the ones that you're going to like kind of sit down and reverse engineer. And these are the goals that are going to help you come up with more goals down the line. I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to come up with more goals. Okay, but just trust me here. So with that being said, now we're going to reverse engineer. Are you excited, Haley? So I want you to literally think about those non-negotiable goals, right? The ones I just said, like pick out your really big ones. I read you off my big ones, right? So I want you to legit ask yourself, do you know how to get there? Like, do you have any idea, right? So let's say your goal for 2021 is to qualify for elite. Do you even know what it takes to qualify for elite? I cannot tell you how many times I literally told Haley, I was like, I'm going to be an elite coach. And she was like, do you know how? And I was like, wait, what? No. So if that's a goal, do you know how to get there? Like, do you know how to get to 5-star diamond? Do you know how to get to 2-star diamond? Do you know how to get to like 15-star diamond? Like, do you know how to qualify for those things? Another one I always hear is being debt free. How many of you are terrified to log into Credit Karma and see how much money you owe? You cannot be debt free if you don't even know how much debt you owe. Okay, so if a goal for yours is to be debt free, how much debt do you have? Okay, another one. I want to be okay. I still didn't look it up. Is it a Success Club All Star?
So the 24 months in a row is a Success Club Legend, and then for 12 months in a row for a year, it's All Star.
Okay, so I was right. So let's say for 2021, right? You want to be a Success Club 10 All Star. Maybe you're a brand new coach and you don't even know how to hit Success Club. Or are you ready for this? Maybe you've been a coach and you've never hit Success Club. So you still don't actually like how to hit it, but you don't know how to hit it. So like, do you know how to hit it? Do you know what you need to do? Another one, do you know how to lose 50 pounds? If you're sitting there like, oh, I want to lose 40, 50, 60 pounds. Do you know how? Have you ever done it? So like, these are things you need to think about, right? You need to think about like, okay, well, I want to do this, but how the fuck do I get there? Okay. You need to write out the literal, I mean, literally, like you need to write out how to get there. If you're sitting here right now as like a coach, like not even an emerald, you need to ask yourself, okay, I have to be a 2-star diamond or a 5-star diamond to hit elite. How the hell do I get to 5-star diamond? Like you need to literally break those down. Okay. You want to lose 50 pounds. How the hell do I lose 50 pounds? Well, you eat right. So let's pick a meal plan, right? And you move your ass. Let's pick a workout program, okay? So those are things you really need to think about. Like, do you know how to get there? And if not, can you figure out how to get there? Because I guarantee you, every single thing on your list, someone else has done. So there is a roadmap to get you there. Okay. Another thing. Sorry, I get really excited and then I run out of breath, and like pregnancy is not helping the whole breathing thing. Another one, guys, you need to think about are how and the requirements to hit those goals. So like, do you have a deadline? Like if you want to walk across the stage, like the summit stage is a 5-star diamond, you need to know what those qualification dates are. In case you're wondering, they're not out yet. But I did look. There's sometime in like May. But when they release those dates, like also, do you want to lose weight for a certain event? When is that event? Like you have a deadline, okay? So you need to think about that. Also, do you have anything that's going to be holding you back or getting in your way? As in like, time management, money. Like if you want to start your like another business or something, obviously you're going to need money. If you want to quit your job, you're going to need money. A huge one for me is self-limiting beliefs. Like what self-limiting beliefs are going to be holding you back from hitting those really big goals, right? So these are things you need to take into account and you need to think about. And then this is a little bit of tough love before my next really big tough love. What are you going to have to do differently from what you're doing right now to get you to those goals? Because obviously, if the shit you were doing right now was gonna work, you'd already be there.
I'm like, everything.
Literally, like.
I'm so excited for 2021. Like, guys, I want to go. It's kind of, I'm like, I wish Siobhan was on this call. I want to go Siobhan all in. Okay, that's how all in I want to go for the next 6 months to show and like myself and like in you guys what can happen when you really do go all in. Because I've done it before. And I've got great success, obviously. But I'm trying to do it again. And I want you guys, actually, one of these days, I think I talked about it like the last team call. I really want to make this like a little side business, is helping people like grow their business, not their following, their business on social media. And I love doing that kind of stuff so much. But like, who would take advice from somebody that's not doing all the things? So I will definitely talk to you guys about this, but I definitely want a couple people that are willing to be my testimonials for the next 6 months and go all in with me, so I can just, show what really does happen when you actually set goals and go after them.
So
Right?
2 things on that. A, obviously you already know I'm in. And 2, my next slide has some Siobhan tough love. So it's funny that you bring her up. But yeah, guys, like seriously, if I guarantee you, and I know at least for me, especially business wise, like most of my business goals have not changed from 2020 to 2021. So like, obviously I have to do shit differently going into 2021, because if the shit I was doing in 2020 was working, I'd already be there. So like, you need to genuinely ask yourself, if you're rewriting goals, or you're like, you have goals that you've been having for the last couple months, but you're not anywhere closer, you're going to have to low key ask yourself, like, what do you need to do differently to get there? Because clearly whatever you're doing now, you're either not doing enough, you're not doing it right, or you need to just be better, because you're not getting there. So next. Okay. This is my favorite slide of the whole presentation, guys. And it's for one, it's part 2 of the reverse engineering, but it's something that I recently started doing the past like couple months. That I really had to like take a step back and ask myself. And I just want to like shout out Brooke really quick, because like if it was not for Brooke, like this slide wouldn't even exist and I'd be a hot mess and probably wouldn't be doing this call. So I want you to really ask yourself, like, just push all the other goals aside, like everything we just talked about, everything we just did, kind of ignore it for a second. And ask yourself right now, like, what are you willing to do in a month? And 31 days, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do, right? Like, are you willing to do the work required to hit big goals? Okay. Are you willing to sign up 10 people a month? Are you willing to sign up 20 people a month, 30 people a month, 40 people a month, 50 people a month? Like, are you willing to sign up that amount of people a month? Okay. I want you to ask yourself that. Like, because if you're one of those people sitting there being like, I want to be Ashley Molstead, and I'm like, that's great and grand. The girl's a freaking queen. She's amazing at what she does. But are you willing to sign up 100 plus people a month? Because that's what she does. So if you're not willing to do that, then you need to think about that. Another one. Are you willing to follow your meal plan 110% to lose the 15 pounds a month? Guys, I remember when I signed up with Haley, like her big thing was, I can help you lose 5 to 15 pounds in a month or your money back. That was her quote. That was what she said every goddamn day. I remember following, and I was like, I want to lose 15 pounds in a month, guys. Like, I want to do that. But I wasn't willing to follow my meal plan 110% and follow the workout calendar, and like give my all, like to do that, to lose a 15 plus pounds a month. Like, I'm just not willing to. Personally, your girl likes cheesecake. I have been craving Arby's French fries like a motherfucker for days, and best believe Friday afternoon, my mom's taking me to get Arby's. Like, she was like, I get paid, I'll take you to get Arby's, you poor pregnant little soul. So I know for me, like, losing 15 pounds a month is not something obtainable, because I'm willing to go like 80-20. Like, your girl needs her cheesecake and curly fries. Okay. Not
Or
together, But another one, guys. Are you willing to have zero extra spending money to pay off all of your debt in a year? Like, let's say you owe like $60,000, or yeah, that's right. Like, on like whatever, like student loans. Like, that's quite a chunk of money that you're gonna have to pay off in a year. And depending upon how much you make, that may be a lot of money. So like, are you willing to give up any extra spending? Are you willing to give up the vacations and the date nights and the buying your kids extravagant presents they don't actually need? Like, are you willing to do that to pay off all that debt? And here's my Siobhan tough love. Are you willing to wake up at 4 a.m. and create the content and check in with your clients and do your workout and do all of the shit that, like, you need to be doing before your kids wake up, or before you go to that full-time job, or before your husband wakes up, or before your spouse wakes up, like whatever? Like, are you willing to wake up and do that?
That is such like seriously, that's like my favorite part of the whole entire call right now because true. Are you willing? And like because Siobhan did that, she doesn't tell anybody about the money that she makes because she's like very humble and she like gets very nervous about talking about it. And Beachbody doesn't guarantee you any money. You have to work for your dreams and all that stuff. Um, but she's like she's like hitting the 6-figure mark already, guys. She's been coaching for a little over 2 years. But the thing is, she's willing. You guys, when have you ever seen her, besides this little couple days that she took off for the holiday, which was the first time she ever took off since she first started coaching 2 years ago, not get up before her kids? You know what I mean? She put the work and she sacrificed the time now to now have the life that she's always wanted. You know, you got to sacrifice now to have that.
Exactly. And I want to like say this now because I wrote it at the bottom. Like, it's okay if you're not willing to do those things. Okay. Like I'm stating it now. And like, I don't remember what group it was. Was it the Push to Diamond group we had last time? Haley, that Siobhan did with you guys. But Ashley Williams went live in there, and like I'm not gonna lie, like her live was insanely amazing. Like if you're in that group, the group is still up. Please go back and watch Ashley Williams live. Because she literally said, like she talked about like having runner coaches and having like walking coaches and all of the things. And she said, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, if you're not willing to wake up at 4 a.m., if you're not willing to sign up 50 people a month, that's okay. Okay. Like there's no shame in that. Like there's no shame in wanting to walk or jog or whatever. And there's no shame in that, like at all. Like that's fine. And you should not feel bad about like having your goals looks a little bit smaller and a little bit different than other coaches, because they're your goals. This is your life. And again, for the love of God, you want to keep this fun. You want to keep this to where it's going to be something you want to do. It's going to be something you're okay waking up and doing in the morning, you know? So like if you're not willing to get up at 4 a.m. to check in with people and to do your workout and to do all the things, that's okay. You don't have to, okay? Like there have been plenty of successful coaches who did not get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Have they grown as fast as Siobhan? Probably not. But she was willing to get up and do that work to hit those big goals, okay? So with that being said, I want you to literally ask yourself, what are you willing to do? Because personally, guys, when I first wrote down my list, I was like, I want to have like 500. That's great. I'm nowhere near that. Okay. So when I broke it down and did the math of what I was going to have to do every single month, I was going to have to sign up like 40 people.
So one second, you kind of broke up a little bit. So she was saying that when she first wrote down her goals, she was saying that she wanted to add like 500 people to her wellness community in the year. And so when she broke it down, it made like literally no sense. So go ahead.
Yeah, I like the math literally had me like signing up like 40 people in a month. Personally, guys, I have one kid, I have another one on the way. I'm doing like virtual learning and just trying to like, you know, live my life and be a human. I don't have the mental capacity to sign up 40 people a month, so I'm not going to. So obviously signing up like 500 people in a year isn't going to happen. So we revised that a little bit, guys, and we were like, okay, look, I'm willing to sign up 10 people a month. I'm willing to work with 10 new people a month, okay? So with that being said, 10 times 12 is 120, okay? So that's 120 new people that I want to sign up for 2021. Obviously, there may be a little bit more, there may be a little bit less, but I'm willing to sign up 10 people a month, and I'm willing to do the work to sign up 10 people a month. So I'm willing to show up on social media every day. I'm willing to send the invites. I'm willing to do all of that shit, right? So 10 people. With that being said, you're going to multiply that by 12, like I literally just said, and that's going to be your yearly goal. Okay. So like 10 people, 120, right? So add that into like whatever you have in your wellness community now, bam, there's a whole fucking goal right there. So my goal is to have, I don't remember what it is, 150 people in my wellness community by the end of the year. And that's give or take a few. Okay. So like, and obviously if you want to stretch yourself a little bit more, you can make it 160, 170, and then you could have those couple extra people a month. But I know right now, I'm mentally not willing to wake up at 4 a.m. I can't, I need sleep. So Siobhan's a badass. I'm not as cool as her. So with that being said, once you decide what you're willing to do, you're going to multiply that shift by 12, and that's going to be your yearly goal. Okay. Now, if they seem too small compared to what you actually want to accomplish, you're going to have to reevaluate what you're willing to do. Okay. And some of you, this is going to be hard. Some of you are going to be like, well, and there is no well. If they seem too small compared to what you want to accomplish, you're going to have to reevaluate what you're willing to do. Now, if they seem too big, that's probably a good thing. So keep rolling. So next. Okay. Now, setting the 3, 6, 9 month benchmarks and evaluations. This was a huge help to me. And I actually started doing it around June. So I didn't get to do 3, 6, and 9 months, but I did do 3 months and 6 months. So we're going to timeline this shit. Okay. Now for some of them, it may get a little bit complicated because like I said before, if you have something that's time sensitive, you may have to crunch numbers a little bit differently. But as far as getting from point A, which we're just going to assume January 1st, to point B, which is December 31st, you're going to need to think about what needs to happen throughout the year. Okay. So where should you be March, June, and September? Now, you know where you want to be monthly. You know where you would love to be by the end of the 12 months, right? So in reality, doing a little bit of math there really isn't complicated. So we're going to use a really simple example of like, I want to lose 50 pounds in a year, right? So obviously for me personally, like one of my goals is to lose 50 pounds, but my timeline is going to look a little bit differently because I'm not due to have this baby until May. So obviously, like we're not going to worry about losing 50 pounds until May. So my point A would be May for that goal, but we're going to do 12 months because we're going to keep it simple. So you're going to take the 50 pounds, right? And you're going to divide it by 12, 12 months in a year. So that's roughly 4.5 pounds a month. So January, you're going to want to aim to lose 4.5 pounds. By March, we're going to times it by 3, should be about 13.5. June, 27, September, 40.5, which puts you in December at a little bit over 50 pounds. Obviously, saying, hey, look, 4.5 pounds a month, I can do that, is a lot easier and a lot less like, what is the word?
I love this. I want to tell Win Your Life to do this. Like, this is amazing. Sorry,
This is fine. And again, guys, you can do this with any goal.
literally.
Like literally any goal. So obviously like that is a lot more achievable and like in your brain than being like, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds or I'm gonna lose 80 pounds or I'm gonna like however much weight you want to lose. And again, this can go business wise too. Like if you're somebody that like me at the end of the year, you're like, I'm gonna be making $1,000 a week. You're like, okay, well shit. That's kind of a lot. Especially when you're not making anywhere near that. But if you break it down month by month and you're literally like, okay, cool. Like I can start off by aiming to make like $100 a week, like starting January, and then do the same thing. So by like, March, you want to be making like, what is that? Like, I didn't do this math, but like, let's say like $300 a week. So that gives you a whole 3 months before like, you're sitting there and you're making like, you know what I mean? Like you can make those small goals and then you're going to do the evaluations. And I think it's a passion planner that has, I'm trying to see if I have mine near me. I don't, of course. But in the passion planner, I'm pretty sure the Rise Up planner has this too in quarterly increments. But in the Rise Up planner, guys, there is at the end of every single month a whole section that asks you how your month was, what you can do better, what you want to change, like what you did great at, etc. So having those like quarterly evaluations, or even like I personally do them monthly because like I need that extra accountability for my brain. Having those little evaluations to be like, okay, cool. Like where am I at timeline wise? Like, am I close to my goal? Am I close to where I should be? Do I need to work a little bit harder? Do I need to like, am I doing great? Like, etc. Like it's going to help you a ton as far as keeping you accountable. And on top of that, it's kind of like that little refresher to keep your brain motivated. You know what I mean? Like, don't be one of those people who makes this whole list of goals, makes a whole timeline, does all of this work, and then like shoves it away in a binder. Okay. because you're not going to hit your goals. It's not going to happen. That shit needs to be in front of you, which is why I kind of recommended putting it in front of your vision board. Okay, making them fun. Okay, this is one of my other favorite parts. So, like I've said a billion times, keeping in mind the end result and how different your life is going to look after hitting this goal. Okay, again, why are you doing this? Another huge one, and I learned this if you do 2B mindset, Alana talks about this all the time, but setting little prizes for yourself when you hit a goal. And I'm not talking about food. We're in a health and wellness business. We don't reward ourselves with food. But fun things, guys, like, buying yourself some new clothes, like getting a new tattoo, going on vacation, getting a new laptop. Like maybe you have a huge business goal you want to hit, and your computer fucking sucks. So literally tell yourself, look, I'm going to hit, like, let's say 2-star. I'm going to hit and hold 2-star. Okay. And I'm going to hit lifetime 2-star. And when I do, I am treating myself to a new MacBook. Okay. So setting those things. What?
I was gonna say, I do that all the time, but I didn't realize. All the time. Because I have my vision board, and whenever I completed one of the things on the vision board, I would take it off, but I would always go live on Facebook, taking my goal off the vision board, and always treating myself to something like pretty big and telling everybody what I'm gonna be doing because I accomplished that goal. So
But
it's
see, and like that made it more fun.
way more fun.
Like I feel like a lot of times, like you have like these little goals or big goals, like whatever, and you just keep them to yourself, and you like, and even if you do hit them, you don't celebrate it. Like, dude, it's a big fucking deal. Celebrate yourself, big and small. Like, I do not care. Like, you're a badass. You're hitting goals. You're crushing life. Celebrate yourself. Another big one, guys, is get an accountability partner with similar goals. Okay, this is another big one. We are celebrating here. Okay, it's a big deal, and I feel like having an accountability partner with similar goals, you're going to be able to bounce ideas off of each other. Like, again, this is why I have Brooke. Because we have really, really similar goals, and it's nice to have somebody to A, bounce ideas off of, B, that you can celebrate with. Like when you hit a milestone, like when you get closer, you can literally celebrate with them and be like, dude, guess the fuck what? Like, you will never believe like how fucking close I am. Like, having that person to pump you up is exciting. And then the other one, guys, is keep your supportive, oh my God, please read the supportive part, loved ones up to date on how you're doing. If your mom thinks you work in a pyramid scheme, don't tell her about your like your business update. She's not going to be happy for you. Okay. But let's say your spouse is like the most supportive person in all of the fucking land. When you get closer, oh my God, go tell him, go tell her, go tell whoever. Okay. Personally, guys, my boyfriend is disgustingly supportive. Like, he has like nicknames for like all of my groups. He knows who like all of my friends are in this. He knows all about it. So the second like I told him I was doing this call, he was so pumped. I mean, like, I should literally like screenshot and send it to you. It's kind of disgusting. But like, keep your supportive loved ones up to date on how you're doing. Because A, if they're supportive, they're going to be asking you like, oh, hey, by the way, how are you doing on that? Like, you best believe if Haley goes and tells Patrick a goal, like, he's going to be checking in with her. He's going to be like, so Hales, how's that going? Is it going well? Is it going well? Like, no, he's not going to make her feel like shit if it's not, but he's going to hold her accountable to make sure that it continues on. And honest to God, like, the last person you ever want to disappoint is somebody that you love and is supportive of you. So it's going to hold you extra accountable, and it's going to be fun because then you're going to have somebody to celebrate with who's like even more excited, who's been sitting there watching you work hard as fuck on whatever the goal is. Okay. So keep your supportive loved ones up to date.
That's such
and they can also be your accountability partner too.
because like 1, you're saying it out loud. 2, it's out in the universe. 3, now you're telling somebody else. And when it doesn't happen, this is shitty to say, but you have to say it out loud. And like,
Exactly.
what you actually like, how come? Because I just didn't want to get up in the morning that early. Like, that sounds dumb coming out of your mouth.
Exactly. And it's like your loved one is the last person you ever want to like say dumb shit like that to.
Yeah, but it's even worse to hear it um out loud, like you saying it out loud, because you have to, if you tell somebody, you have to keep them updated. So when you keep them updated, saying it out loud, you're like, well, goddamn, I can get up. What am I even doing? What am I wasting my time for? You know,
Literally.
uh, that's like such a good point. I love this. Thanks.
Or worse, guys, you're getting up and you're just scrolling on social media, bullshitting around, and your significant other knows you got up at 5:30 and they're like, it's 9:30. Why isn't your workout done? And then you're sitting there like, shit. You right? And then you're like fucking embarrassed. So you're like, okay, so tomorrow
Mhm.
we're
Yeah,
gonna have that shit done by like 6:30.
for real.
Okay. So here's some random, I have 2 more slides, guys, and then I'm done. Random tidbits to remember. Don't be afraid to have too many goals. I actually just recently heard this from Alana Molstein. She pulled out her goals and was crossing off a bunch of shit that she actually accomplished 2020. And this is why I told you guys earlier, do not be afraid to have too many goals. Okay. Most of the time, most of your goals are going to connect anyway. And at the end of the year, like imagine how excited you're going to be if like you had like 30 goals and you cross off like 20 of them versus if you had like 5 huge goals and you cross off like 1. Like which is going to make you feel better. So don't be afraid to have too many goals. Another one, don't let anyone tell you your goals are too big. You are the only person in this whole fucking world who truly and honest to God knows what you're capable of and what you're willing to do. Okay. So don't let anyone tell you like, that's an insane goal. You can't do that. Like tell them to fuck off. Um, Another one, guys, and this is actually one I did today. I asked a lot of girls in my wellness community to tell me weird and emotional goals that they had. And these were all different ones that I had that they shared on there. So I wanted to share them with you guys. One was painting my toenails and being able to breathe while doing it. That was my favorite one. Another one was wrapping a normal sized towel around my body, carrying my kid and my groceries at the same time, buying whatever I want at Target, having my bills on auto pay without chronic stress, and spoiling my loved ones for Christmas. So I literally want you guys to literally think like when you're sitting down and writing these goals, they don't have to be what like they don't have to look like what everyone else's look like. Okay. Maybe you don't have an exact money goal. Okay. But you want all your bills on auto pay and you don't want to have to fucking stress about if the money's there. Okay. Like maybe you want to have the extra money to spoil your loved ones. Like maybe you have like a gazillion brothers and sisters and you've never had enough money to actually buy them all Christmas presents. Like shit like that. Maybe you have no idea how much weight you want to lose, but you want to be able to pull your foot up on the bed and paint your toenails and be able to breathe at the same time. Like, do not be afraid to set weird and emotional goals like that because I'm telling you right now, and this one has always stuck with me. Christina Battaglia had a goal, and like I remember I read this whole thing and she talked about it on a team call, and I almost started crying when she talked about it. She said a huge goal of hers was when she started Beachbody was to be able to wear baggy t-shirts and look good. And like not look like she was like homeless, basically.
Trying to hide, yeah.
Yes. So it's like set weird and set emotional goals like that aren't like typical because I'm telling you right now, A, they make great stories. But B, you're going to feel 10 times better than like when you hit a certain number goal or a certain rank. You're going to feel 10 times better hitting these weird goals that are like emotional to you than like hitting like a number goal.
One of my weird goals is to get my like all of my teeth fixed, like, and not worry about price. God damn, that's expensive. Just
Oh my God. It really is. I hate the dentist.
yeah, it's a little more than anything. But like, I'm like, maybe I should have went to school to be a dentist because it's just so expensive.
I literally told my sister the other day she should go to be an eye doctor because I really need new glasses.
But no, that's like a really like random ass goal. But like honestly, it was on my vision board to get my teeth fixed without worrying about how much it costs, you know?
Exactly. And like the Target one is mine. Like I just want to be able to go to Target, buy whatever in the hell my heart desires. That shit gets expensive, guys.
So the other day I went into Dick's and I was like, actually I went in with Angela Zartel and one of my girls from my wellness community. And I was like, oh, I left. I'm like, seriously though, one of my goals is to just come in here and just spend whatever I want and not even look at the price because
Yeah.
one costs like $55. And I'm like,
Literally, like that's my goal. Like I just want to be able to like go up to the cash register and they're like, "Oh, your total is like
Yeah, but-
$927. And I'm like, swipe. I don't give a shit.
Same.
Okay, guys, last slide. I added this one last second because these are things I really, 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 really want you to remember throughout the year, okay? First and foremost, this is one I learned this year. No goal is more important than your mental health, okay? Please, please, please read that like 5 times. No goal is more important than your mental health, okay? 2, it is okay if you don't hit your overall goal or benchmark goals, but do not let that stop you from continuing to push towards whatever the big goal you have is, okay? I know it's shitty. I know it sucks to set these goals and then like fall short or not hit them, but please do not let that stop you from continuing on and pushing on and like keeping it on your list. Don't be like, oh, well, I didn't hit 5-star this year, so I guess it's never going to happen. Fuck that goal. Like, no, you're capable. Like, you can do this. Maybe not right now, but you can. Another one, no one actually gets to decide your timeline except you. Okay, you are literally the only person out there who gets to decide what your timeline looks like and what your life is going to look like. Okay, nobody else has control over that except you. And then last one, life changes. So your goals may too, and again, it is okay. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how many years I had elite on my goal list. Elite is nowhere on my goal list this year. Why? Not because it's not like a goal. It is an eventual goal. But if it doesn't happen, it's okay. Like, I'm still an amazing coach. I'm still an amazing person. I'm still going to be successful. Like, a title does not change that. Okay. So it's okay to realize that like life changes and you can kind of revise and improvise a little bit because of like whatever in life is going on. Like, it's okay. Okay. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody cares. These are your goals. Okay. That's it.
Mic drop. Goddamn.
And please reread that first one again. No goal is more important than your mental health.
And that's just why oh shit.
Oh, sorry. Were you still looking at that?
No, it's fine. Took pictures. But that is everything to me. That's why I think it's so important, guys, to even if you don't want to join, but like we have that Zoom link open literally from 5 a.m. almost all day. But it's there for all of it, mental health, workouts, and business. So take advantage. I would never start my day. I would never raw dog my day, I should say. Like, can you imagine just trying to go into the day like, let's just hope for the best here? It's never gonna
work.
It's never gonna happen. You need to put in the work to make your day okay. And then that way the rest of the day and the people around you is gonna be okay. You can be able to handle it. You know what I mean? Raw dog. Kelsey, that was so amazing. Thank you so much. That was like over the top amazing.
Oh, I hope it helped.
It helped in so many ways because I'm an idiot. See, I didn't even think to break it down into different categories. I was like, business only. Like, no.
No, you need goals everywhere.
Everywhere.
The whole life. Because literally, guys, like I have like even random ass goals on here, like using TikTok for my business and like sharing recipes and results on there. Like, what's another one? Like actually spending more time outside, hitting 10,000 followers on Instagram, like random shit like that. That's like not like important, and it's not like make or break, but it's just like
they seem
shit
like
that's cool and I want to do.
Yeah, I said they're fun. They're like fun. Does anybody have any like questions for Kelsey or anybody, or anything they want to add that will help set goals or whatever?
I just feel like if we are only
Whoa, so sorry.
Oh my god. Is that your dog?
They're just somebody's walking down the hallway. It's fine.
I thought you yelled at me for a second.
No, sorry about that.
I was like, wow, that was vicious. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, I think it's important that you said that because a lot of times we're laser focused on the big goals being business oriented or, this oriented and not all together. So after a while, shit stops feeling good because you're not focused on any of these things. And then we stop. And then we're back in the same like vicious cycle. So that's the goal of mine. Is to
Exactly.
include all the
That's-
things.
I swear to you guys, if you start putting yourself first and not just like reading and meditating, like doing things that actually make you happy, like playing the piano or going on a hike, or I don't know what it is. But once you do that, like you show up to life in a different way, and it's like very attractive to other people. They're like, oh my God, it's just different. And not just that, it's again attracts people in a different way, not just like again your people should not know what Beachbody is for the most part. You know what I mean? They're not, and if they do, you know, they're not involved. So just talking about Beachbody all the time, it's like I don't relate. But they're gonna relate to things that like playing the piano, going on hikes, hanging out with your dogs, or whatever it is. So once you do that, I feel like the universe just like opens up and like I don't know. I feel like people like flow to you the more you care and do things for yourself.
Big facts. And total side note, guys, this is like obviously he's not a coach. My other half is in two different bands. He's in two different heavy metal bands. And his Instagram is mainly geared towards his music. And for the longest time, that's like legit all he posted was just like different videos of his music, promoting his shows, all of the things. And a lot in the last couple months, like when quarantine first started, he decided to start doing beer reviews on Instagram because he worked at a liquor store at the time and like loved it. Like he just did different craft beer reviews, different liquor reviews, all the things. And he ended up started having people follow him specifically for these beer reviews because they were like, oh, I love craft beer too. What's this kid got to say about this craft beer? And like after he post a couple of these videos, people would be there just watching those. And all of a sudden they're like, wait, you're in a band? Are you guys like good? And then all of a sudden he has all these listeners and followers and shit that we're sending merch out to like on the other side of the world. Guys, I literally just sent a t-shirt out to like Sweden because this guy from Sweden started listening and watching his beer review videos and then listened to him on Spotify and was like, oh shit, dude, like I want a t-shirt. So literally just you showing up and being you showing up and sharing the shit that you love is going to help your business goals. So I know it may not seem like it, but like doing that's like, you know, me sharing about my photography, me sharing about being a mom, me sharing about pregnancy, like none of that shit has anything to do with Beachbody. But those things are going to help build relationships and are going to in turn help my other goals as well, are going to help my business goals, are going to help my health goals, are going to help all of those things, right? So I don't want you to think like, oh, I need to make like these goal and like happy goals like just to help my business. Like, no, you're making those goals to make yourself happy, but you being happy and sharing that shit is going to help your other goals, right? You taking care of yourself and taking care of your health and your wellness is going to help your business goals, is going to help your soul goals. Like they're all intertwined and connected. But you need to actually take the time to sit down and separate those goals and decide what it is that you want to concentrate on and what it is that you want to do. Because otherwise, like you're just going to be a hot mess and you're not going to get any of them done.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
One of the things that we should do now or like later, you know, from this call, because I definitely need to like go back and write down every single goal for each category and stuff like that and reverse engineer it and stuff like that now that I know how to do it. Thank you. But like for me, like I love learning about crystals and angels and stuff like that. I definitely want to make candles. I want to play the piano. I love my new car, which like so many girls for some reason love Forerunners. So like I'm gonna be like all up in the Forerunner life. I have a podcast now. I love my dogs. Like I'm happily married. So like if I talk about all these different things have nothing to do with Beachbody, those are where my people are at. And that's also not just from my people. It's like it's going to make me like happy and excited to wake up. And when I'm happy and excited to wake up, that's going to attract so many people, you know?
Exactly. And in reality, like you sharing posts about that is 10 times easier to post about than Beachbody.
I know. And then like Beachbody, like again, like Beachbody is just something that helps. Just like we want to just help people. So it's just like, I don't know, it just breaks the whole, it just, you know, what's the word? The
Yes.
wall. So instead of like you just like Beachbody, somebody's not like they're like, hey, what can I have like how do you make that candle? I'm like, cool, this is a conversation. You know what I mean? Like now we're friends and we're having a conversation. And I'm also going to talk about my shake every day. I'm going to show my moves every day. I'm going to invite to my challenge group every day on my story. So they're also going to be seeing that. So if like they're interested in my candles or whatever it is I'm doing, traveling, going to different Airbnbs around the US, they're also going to be seeing my invites to my challenge groups and my coaching opportunity. So like just do it all, you know?
Nobody said you couldn't. So
Any other questions or anything you want to say, or helpful things you want to say?
I did want to add that Melissa says she wanted to hit diamond before the end of the year. She said it's not happening, but she did sign up her first person that wants to coach, so she feels like she's winning. So I'm just really happy for her.
This happened today, didn't it?
No, at the beginning of the month, I had somebody sign up, but today I did make something happen
That's
that
what's
I think will be a huge shift in my business. So that was exciting.
Well, I am so excited. Congratulations. I'm so excited to
Yeah.
like go for real all in for the next 6 months for you guys with you guys and just see like I've done it. You know, I've done it. I've seen it happen and it's like the most rewarding feeling when you actually put the work in for the goals that you write down, you know? So, this is definitely gonna have like a follow-up call on this, but Kelsey, I couldn't ask for like a better call. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, I love you so much. Everybody have a great night and we will see you in the morning. Love you guys.